If you are headed to Europe this summer and don't want to look like an American tourist, here are 12 things you should not wear when traveling to Europe this summer. So before I begin, you might be wondering, well, why does it matter if I look like a tourist or not? And the main reason is you don't want to be a target for any pickpocketing or any petty crime, or even like being a target for selfie sticks, little charms, like people come up to you on the street with like little papers in Paris, just like you don't want any of that. So that is definitely one of the reasons why you don't want to stick out too much. And also it's always fun to travel to Europe to learn more about different fashion styles and cultures. So in America, we do have certain things that we wear all the time here. It just doesn't translate when you're traveling to Europe. So the first tip is don't wear any sports memorabilia, branded t-shirts, hats, bags. Leave that in the US. So no one cares if you are a Milwaukee Bucks fan, if you are a Dallas Cowboys fan, a New York Yankees fan, like no one cares. No one cares. That's a dead giveaway. You're an American tourist. And I have been traveling to Europe for years. I even just came back from a trip with my mom. I spent a whole month in Paris this winter, and I'm actually headed back to Europe. When I'm there, I definitely can see what things look very American and when things look a little bit more European. So if you don't want to get rid of your comfy t-shirt that says the Milwaukee Bucks on it, you can opt for just a plain t-shirt. That will look so much more put together, simplistic. No one needs to know the branded locals that you are coming from. It's just a dead giveaway. I bring those shirts to wear to bed and sleep in, but not like to wear out. Leave the sports stuff at home. Number two, don't wear color. That's a bit too harsh. Don't wear so much color. I found when I was in Rome, a lot of Romans or Italians stuck to neutral colors. Now, that doesn't mean you can't wear color, but I definitely saw a point where if you wore like a hot pink shirt in Rome, it just doesn't translate. Now, if you are going to more like beachy places in Europe, if you're going to the coast, definitely wear all the color you want. But I found that when I'm traveling to European cities, it's very much just like even New York City. It's a city, so you're not going to be wearing pops of color here and there. It just sticks out a little bit more than a plain color item. And also, if you are trying to not be a target for any petty crime or just be a target in general, I feel like a pop of color makes you stick out regardless of it, if it's even a local thing or not. From what I noticed, I found that if you stuck to neutral colors, you already kind of have a more low-key, under the radar kind of look versus wearing like a hot yellow neon shirt. That is definitely something to keep in mind. So opt for those neutrals. It's also easier to style. You can bring just a few tops, a few bottoms, and mix and match your outfits rather than wearing pops of color here and there. Now, I do love my color. Don't get me wrong. This is, I think, strictly for European cities. Let me know if you agree or disagree down below. This video is going to get a little controversial, but it's all for fun. So let me know if you disagree. Have you seen a lot of color in Europe, or do you think it's a more neutral palette? Also, Europe has so much history. In my opinion, I find that even like the old villages in Tuscany have a beautiful natural color hue. Like it just doesn't make sense to wear pops of color in certain places because it has a beautiful warm tone. Do you see what I'm saying? Like you can match the vibe of the place as you're going there by your color palette of what you wear there. Does that make sense? Leave a comment if I'm like sounding crazy. The next don't wear athletic wear. Leave the leggings, the sports bras, the little Lululemon, anything at home in the US, because that's a dead giveaway that you are American tourists in Europe. And the funniest thing is when I came back from Rome, like literally a week ago, and I came into New York, I was in my taxi coming home and looking outside the window, I saw so much athleisure, and it made me kind of laugh because it is so true. We love our athleisure here in the US, leggings, little workout shorts, little cute top, and that's what you run errands in. In Europe, everything is a bit more dressy. Now, when I say dressy, you don't have to wear an evening gown to do stuff. Like they just have a bit more tailoring in their outfits. So instead of wearing a legging, you would just wear a loose fit pant. Instead of wearing a sports bra out, like that would be a no-no. It would just be a plain cotton t-shirt. Like it's definitely so casual, but it's casual in a different way. So if you don't want to look totally American, Lululemon for sure at home. I have seen a Lululemon boutique in Paris, but it was not that busy, to be honest. And I was like, why is there a Lululemon here? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So I think if you wear Lululemon at all, it's a dead giveaway that you are American. Yeah, keep those leggings for working out. If you are planning on going to the gym in Europe at your hotel, which I've never worked out in Europe ever. I always say I'm gonna work out on like cruise ships and stuff, and it never happens. Sometimes I don't even see the gym. So if you want to bring your leggings, just do it for working out and just stick to more casual, simple clothes for your everyday kind of errands or sightseeing sightseeing when you're in Europe. The next don't is don't wear a huge backpack while traveling in Europe. When you see that huge backpack or any backpack in general, I just feel like it is just a dead giveaway that you are a tourist in general. And by the way, when I say that, there's nothing wrong with like looking like a tourist, because let's face it, we are traveling, we are tourists, but I feel like you can opt for a different style of bag and it'll just be a little less tourist looking. Which one? It will just keep you kind of fitting in and blending in. And also when I was in Rome, I saw a guy with a backpack on and I saw the top zip completely open. And I think he was just oblivious to the fact that his bag was open. So again, if you even plan on wearing a backpack, you have to put it in front of you. And that's just not a good look. So I like to opt for either like a larger tote bag, even a canvas bag with a zipper. I feel like even looks a little bit more dressy, a little bit more tailored to what you would want to wear in Europe. You can also do a crossbody bag, which still does give a little bit of a touristy look, but instead of a backpack, I think it gives a similar vibe. If you need more space, if you carry a lot of stuff, I carried this Madewell tote bag with me on my last trip. It looked super cute, went with all my outfits. It survived a torrential rain pour in Tuscany and it's still fine and shapes well, and I think it was just a great bag. It doesn't have a zipper though, but again, it just has a different overall look than just a backpack. So backpack is just a dead giveaway that you're definitely visiting for the day. The next don't is do not wear any super athletic looking tennis shoes like you're about to go work out. It is just not worn in Europe. Again, this kind of goes back to that athleisure, a do not do, just because no one really wears that. No one wears that. Now you can wear sneakers, don't get me wrong. You can of course wear a simple white sneaker. You guys know I love my Dr. Scholl's white sneakers. My mom and I wore these all over Europe, 18,000 steps a day. We're comfortable, it matched with our outfits, it matched with pants, it matched with dresses, and it still gave a kind of European look. Also in Europe, a lot of people wear just kind of more like sneaker style, like trendy sneakers. Like you have the Adidas Sambas, you have the Adidas Gazelles, you have more of like a cool style sneaker versus like a full-on you're about to run a marathon sneaker. So those are definitely key giveaways. Now you aren't going to sacrifice comfort by opting for either a plain white sneaker or even a trendy sneaker. You can still be comfortable and travel in Europe, but I just feel like one just looks a bit more put together. You can kind of create cool outfits with it. I stand by my Dr. Scholl shoes. They're super comfortable. You can do thousands of steps in them and I love them for travel, and they look very much under the radar, very European. The next don't is do not wear tourist shirts or tourist items in that destination. Like for example, I was in the Amalfi Coast and I was relaxing at the beach and this cute couple came up to me asking a question. They had like little Sorrento hats with like lemons on it because they forgot their hat, and it was just like the cutest thing. But also you know that they just bought that like yesterday. I feel like those items, when you're buying things in the moment, I feel like they're meant to be worn like back home or like doing other things. It just is definitely just like dead giveaway that you definitely just bought that right now. Like for example, you could walk around Rome with like a gladiator t-shirt on. Like I feel like it's definitely kind of giving like you just bought that. It kind of goes back to like wearing sports t-shirts while traveling. I just feel like in Europe, everything is a bit more plain. I don't think they wear like branded things like in general. I don't see it, especially in cities. Again, with all of these tips, people have of course their own personal style, and trends will go in and out and fluctuate these things, what you wear in Europe. But I think personally, it's just like me wearing an I Love New York t-shirt walking around New York. You know that it's a touristy thing. So definitely keep those for your souvenirs, pack them up in your suitcase, and then embrace them when you are back home. Number 7, don't wear denim shorts. Okay, I said it. Before we get a lot of heat in this comment, let me rephrase. Don't wear super short denim shorts. Denim is such an American fabric. It's very much in our heritage. And when you go to Europe, you do not see a lot of denim, which is so interesting to me because it is like in our blood to wear denim. And in Europe, it's very much like they love their linen and cotton and like just plain things. In the US, we love our denim. Now, of course, you can wear jeans. Yes, they wear jeans. Yes, they wear denim. Let's not say they don't wear a certain item, but I would say don't wear super short denim shorts. I feel like that is one, they don't show a lot of skin in Europe as well, but super short denim shorts is definitely like Daisy Dukes our own thing here in the US. It's just not worn there. I've worn denim shorts in the past in Europe, and I'm looking around and I'm always like, why is no one wearing denim shorts? I'm the only one. So I definitely have realized that instead of denim shorts, I love to wear a trouser short, something that's super comfortable to wear. It looks stylish, it looks dressy, and it just doesn't give you that full-on American look. And by the way, when I was in Paris for the entire month, me and Al had no issues. Like, people were coming up to us and speaking French. We were just like, what? So I think we definitely took this blending in very serious, and these are just some tips to keep in mind when traveling. Which brings me to my next point, number 8, don't show too much skin. Like, in Europe, they do not show a lot of skin as we do in the US. So I feel like sometimes in the US, we can just wear a dainty little tank top and short shorts and head out the door. In Europe, it's a bit more covered than I would say in the US. So instead of opting for showing all of your skin, maybe like pick 1 or 2 highlight features. Maybe you want to show off your legs, maybe opt for just a t-shirt, or if you want to show off your shoulders, maybe opt for a longer pant. It's more about highlighting those body parts rather than just showing it all at once. So definitely cover up just a little bit. Number 9, do not wear high heels in Europe. Don't even pack them. Leave them at home, save room in your suitcase, because there are so many cobblestones. Especially when I was in Rome, I was kind of surprised at how much cobblestone there is. It is everywhere. Now, I did see some locals wear heels. They were brave, and they were probably maybe 21, or maybe they were probably 18, but they were holding each other for dear life, because one tumble, one heel in that cobblestone, you will be falling over. And I've seen people fall in front of my face. So definitely keep those at home, save room in your suitcase. If you want to opt for a dressier shoe, you could opt for a nice black flat sandal. You could do a black mule, a loafer, something other than heels will be better. Also, if you run in trouble, how are you going to run away in heels? Like, that's what I think about. So definitely leave the heels at home. Number 10 is very American. It's in our heritage. Don't wear flip-flops, okay? We can wear a cute sandal, but it's like the flip-flops, more particularly like rubber flip-flops, basically like the Old Navy flip-flops. Those are definitely a dead giveaway that you are an American. We wear our flip-flops everywhere. In Europe, I see tons of Birkenstocks as well. And I know Birkenstock is, popular here in the US as well, but I see a lot of people wearing them. And also, even with shoes in Europe, I think shoes are one of the key things that you can kind of tell if you were a tourist or not. I would just stick to a streamlined sneaker, a sandal, and maybe a minimal kind of loafer shoe, a closed-toe shoe for evening time. Those are some more European style shoes rather than like flip-flops and athletic sneakers. Number 11, don't wear a baseball hat. Don't do it, because when you're in Europe, you do not see them unless they're American tourists. They do not wear baseball hats. It is definitely it's just not there. Even on top of that, if you add in like a sports logo on top of it, it is just game over for you. Game over if you opt for a baseball hat. It's just not. They don't do it. Now, instead, you can wear kind of like a fun like fedora style hat. I have tons of hats that I recommend that are packable from Amazon. I will leave those linked down below. You can wear hats and travel. I even love wearing a visor for like laying at the beach if you're going to a beach place, or if you are going to a city. I would just opt for more of like a fedora style hat, something a bit more dressy. Now, it is unfortunate because baseball hats are so great for travel because they pack flat. You won't see them. And in fact, I don't think you'll even find them in like European gift shops. I don't think they wear baseball hats. Sound down below if you're European as well. Let me know what you think about my tips. I've been traveling to Europe and I feel like, yes, we all have a personal style, but I would love to hear your thoughts, and please be kind in the comments. This is all for fun as well. And number 12, now this one I'm looking at myself. Where's a mirror? Because this one is like for me and I do this a lot. And guess what? I'm gonna embrace it, okay? Number 12, do not overdress when you're in Europe. Now that is my kind of thing. Like, I'm gonna have to vouch for myself. So I'll tell you why you shouldn't overdress. One, it's a dead giveaway that you are probably visiting because you have your dress on, you have your beautiful sandals, your heels, your hair's done, and your hat, and it's just like you have a full-on outfit. Now that is me for sure. I'm definitely on the side of overdressing, and I do know that I probably do look like a tourist. However, so I know that I may be looking like a little out there. Usually though, like during the day, I'm definitely a bit more low-key. My favorite kind of outfit to wear in Europe is like a button-up shirt undone, a tank top underneath, and a cute trouser short and a sneaker, a little bag, sunglasses. Like, no one will talk to you. No one will look twice. they will let you go slide by. If you overdress, you're wearing a dress, is kind of more of like a giveaway that yes, you are a tourist. But I will say sometimes it is fun to dress up. And I do think this is very dependent on where you're traveling. If you're going to like the Mediterranean, you can dress up. I think it's easier. If you're going to more cities, that's where I feel like the overdressing can look a little bit more like obvious that you are visiting. I can even sound off from perspective of living in New York. Whenever I'm biking by Fifth Avenue and I see people like really dressed up, I can just tell that they're visiting. I know like for me when I'm traveling to Europe, it's definitely the same concept. I know that I'm overdressed. And I will say I will end the video on this note. No matter how you dress, how you look, people will know that you are visiting by just how our mannerisms are. People are gonna know. They're gonna know that we are visiting. But guess what? We can show up like we know exactly what we're wearing, and also just have that confidence walking around the destination that you are visiting, because confidence is key. If you know it looks like you know exactly where you're going, no one's gonna bother you when you are traveling because it looks like you've been living there for 10 years. That is the key. There goes some things that you should not wear in Europe this summer. Let me know if you enjoyed this video down below, and also sound off. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let's have a helpful, positive conversation down below. Let me know if you are traveling this summer. Let me know where. With that, I hope you guys have a super awesome rest of the week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.